Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Momplex. I'm your host, Scotty Durrett. I'm a Southern belle living on the West Coast. I'm a working mama of 3, and I am on a mission to help badass mamas create the life of their dreams. So if you're a badass mama, trust that you're in the right place, and let's get going. This is where we truly cut through the chaos. We learn how to ditch the guilt, and where we start to talk about what actually helps us thrive, not just the stuff that we're seeing as we scroll on Instagram, which can be very, very helpful if you're showing up with the right energy. But I'm talking about my goal is to help you become the healthiest version of you, which means knowing yourself and your truth, right? So today on the podcast, well, disclaimer, I do drop some curse words. So if you're listening in your place of business or you have little ears around, just a heads up to you there. But today we are flipping the script on something I know a lot of moms, a lot of humans, a lot of Americans, I'm even going to go that far and say that we feel really guilty about. And that is the dirty 4-letter word. Yep. Rest. We're talking about rest, and not just any rest. I'm going to tell you why rest is not a bad thing. It makes you a badass. It's not a sign that you're lazy. It's not a sign that you're weak, but that you are a powerhouse of energy who cares about the quality of your life, who cares about the quality of how you're showing up for yourself. And you understand that it's actually a tool, that it's a powerhouse of energy that's going to allow you to be creative and connect and show up, like I said before, in your truth. I know. Rest feels like something we're supposed to earn, right? I lived this way for a very long time. I will rest after I fold 45 loads of laundry, run 8 miles, answer the plethora of emails, cook the 4-course dinner, create the business out of scratch. Then if I have time, I will rest. So we feel like it's something we have to earn, something for the mom who maybe if she's resting, then she has it easier. Her kids are easier. She has more help. Or, and I've been in this world before, if she doesn't look as tired as I look, maybe she doesn't care as much as I do. Maybe she's not helping them with their math. Maybe she's not helping them with their emotional challenges. I used to think that way. But what if I told you that rest is your secret weapon, that it's the key to helping you be the mom who actually does more, who is able and has the resources to care more, and has the patience and the stamina to achieve more? Stay with me, because I want to reframe. I'm about to help us reframe how we think about rest forever. And I'm doing this in a way that's not even coming to you. Yes, I am a certified health and life coach, but I'm getting these messages from something way beyond the earthly realm. Stay with me. Rest is an energy. Rest is here for a reason, and it has some messages it wants you to know, right? Because we've been programmed to think of rest as something that holds us back, as if taking time to chill is going to make our whole world fall apart. That if we're not pushing ourselves beyond capacity to burn out and going harder, longer, and pushing ourselves more than any other human has ever pushed themselves, then something's going to fall through the cracks. It's as if taking time to chill is going to make our whole world for ourselves and our kids fall apart. And that dream of losing the 10 pounds, of creating the successful business, of having the happy, healthy marriage is not going to be possible unless we literally remove rest out of our language and just push. You know, one thing that has been coming up is like it dropping in my head repeatedly is I think in this moment when we become a mom, it's a rather significant change. It's a rather significant identity change. And there's a part of us that we have to say goodbye to, that we have to leave behind. And as we leave a part of our identity behind, I think often we can start feeling less significant. We're not like, I wasn't Scotty anymore. I was just mom. But mom is as powerful as a role it is. It's a very generic word. And I'm mom, you're mom, she's mom. If our kids said mom in the grocery store, we all turn around. So there's a little less specialness almost that you feel when you become a mom, because you become less of you and less of an individual and more of serving a role. So I believed for a long time that in order to prove my significance and my power, I had to push myself harder than the other moms out there so that I stood out, so that I set myself above and beyond, so that I wasn't just the generic mom. I was a mom plus. I was a mom with an asterisk. And so I truly did have this belief that the more tired I was, the less I put my feet up, the harder I pushed myself, the more special, the more significant of a mom I was. But this just created a lot of exhaustion and a lot of burnout. So yeah, I wasn't just your average mom. I was your fucking exhausted, burned out mom. And we've been programmed to think of rest as something that holds us back. It's as if taking time to chill is a bad thing, that it's a weak thing, that it's a lazy thing. In fact, if you have time to rest, your life must be easier than mine, and your kids must not be as difficult as mine, or you might not be taking on as much as I take on. So there's this kind of looking down and judging those who choose to rest, who have built rest in, or who have time to rest. If we're not constantly moving, working, and doing all the things, something isn't going to be right. We're not going to be good enough. But here's the truth. Rest is just as vital as hustling. They're not enemies, they're partners. And I've got some powerful messages from the energy of rest itself. Yes, you heard that right, to share with you today. So if you're here, I promise that these messages are meant for you at this exact moment in your life. So trust that and just listen and trust your intuition that over the messages, things that I'm saying, whatever resonates with you, whatever kind of piques your interest, trust that that's something that's meant for you and to go explore that. I think even the beauty of just trusting when we're listening to things, when we're listening to podcasts or listening to movies or reading books, what resonates with us, that's not by accident. And I think there's a beauty in that, when someone hits play on this podcast, two women could be listening to this, two humans could be listening to this, and one's going to walk away with one message and another's going to walk with another message. That right there just shows you that we are just being ourselves makes us significant. We're not generic moms. We don't have to push ourselves to burnout to stand out and to set ourselves apart. We stand out. We set ourselves apart just by being ourselves. So, all right, let's get into it. Here are the 4 things that rest wants you to know. Message 1, stop beating rest up. Rest says, hey, I'm here to help you. Why are you beating me up? Why are you closing the door in my face? It's like the friends who show up with wine and chocolate when you're having a meltdown. Rest is not the enemy. It's not making you weak. It's actually healing you. It's actually helping you grow. And it's there to sharpen your focus. I'm getting this sense that like when the next time you're fighting it, remind yourself, rest is here to support me. It's here to help me regenerate. It's here to help me get stronger and to heal and come up with those genius ideas that make me the powerhouse mama that I am. Imagine how much more you can do when you're running on full cylinders versus running on fumes. So rest is really asking you to almost look at it differently rather than seeing it as something that makes you feel like you're less capable. Think of it as the fuel you're putting into the engine of the life that you want to build. So rest is saying, please stop beating me up and see me as the absolute best friend that's trying to help you achieve everything you want to achieve. Message 2, your need for rest will change, and that's okay. So some days, some months, some seasons, you're going to need more rest than others. And that's not something to apologize for. Blame it on your body, blame it on your life, blame it on your kids, babe. I mean, seriously, it's about honoring what you need in the moment. When you listen to that need that's coming from within you, it helps you release the guilt because you can almost shift the purpose from, look, I can't help it. My body is asking for some rest and I cannot deny that beautiful body of mine. She's the wisest thing I've got going for me and she knows exactly what I need. And I feel this with my core. Our souls and our bodies know exactly what we need to literally show up at our best. So, and that goes back to that message before too. One of the healthiest things we can do is to know ourselves fully in our truth. And that means that our truth might be directing us to do things that other people aren't doing. So if your truth is in this season of life, you need more rest throughout the day than you have in the past, trust that that's not by accident, and to give your body this beautiful respect that it knows what is best for you. And here's what's so cool. The sooner you give your body what it's asking for, the sooner your body receives what it's asking for. And then you get to move on and grow and get to another springboard and expand. It's about honoring what your body needs in the moment and doing that with a real understanding this is your truth. And your truth is beautiful. When you listen to that, you release the guilt, and then you don't even feel the stress about whether you're doing too much or doing too little. Your body's got you covered. So let it guide you, because that's truly going to help you get that return on your investment so much faster. So then you're going to see this beautiful connection between how powerful rest is and how it can be a tool and not something that should create shame in you. If you're struggling with this, you're not alone. I think it's really, there's a ton of mom guilt running through our society, running through programming, running through our friends' heads. And so it's easy to get caught up in this belief that if you take time to rest, then you're a bad mom. And when that happens, I want you to do me a favor. I don't want you to beat yourself up. I want you to almost step out of your body and look at yourself and think, if my best friend showed up at my front door and told me she was exhausted and told me she was not feeling as good and her body was just saying, please take a nap, what would you tell her? You'd say, girl, come lay on my sofa. I'll get you all snuggled up on the sofa and take care of you. Let's snuggle you up and help you take a nap. You would not look at her and say, you're a lazy son of a bitch. How in the world can you be asking for rest right now when you're trying to raise children? She'd say, you know what? You'd say to your best friend, you know what? I think this is one of the best things you can do. If you take a nap and you give your body what it's asking for, this rest, you will then be able to show up even stronger for your kids. So the next time you're struggling, when your body is asking for you to stop, slow down, and take a nap or to give yourself some rest, if that thought pumps into your brain that says, ooh, that means I'm lazy, I'm not going to get everything done, I'm not a good mom, I want you to hit the brakes. Close your eyes, put your hand on your heart. Unless you're driving, then I just want you to listen. And you just say, look, I've got you. You're my best friend. I'm listening to what you need. I'm going to give it to you and we will be okay. Message 3, rest helps you reach. You want to reach your goals faster? You want to manifest that life? You want to lose the pounds? You want to improve your relationship? You want to get that promotion at work? You want to check all those things off your to-do list? Well, rest is your ticket. You might think you'll get there by grinding harder, actually, but when you build rest into your day, it becomes fuel for your progress, for you to actually stretch and reach. It's not about being lazy. It's about working smarter, not harder, truly. And rest is what's going to get you to where you want to go with more energy, creativity, and clarity. You've got big dreams? Amazing. Rest will help you make them happen. I mean, I know you've probably said the same thing to your kid. They have a big presentation. They have a big test. The first thing you're going to say is, yeah, review it one more time and then go get a good night's sleep, because rest is going to help you show up ready and engaged and remembering everything you need to remember. And here's something that's massively important, especially when it comes to our kids. It's during the night when we're resting and sleeping. That's when everything that we've learned that day is then able to seep in and really sink into our brains. So think about rest as like the bow that wraps up your day. You've been working so hard. You've been absorbing a lot of information, a lot of emotions, you're processing a lot of life throughout the day. When you allow yourself to rest and quiet the mind, you're then allowing your brain and your body to actually absorb all the things that you need from everything you've just researched and taken in, and it actually lands in your body. Rest and sleep are when everything starts to fall in to the place it's meant to fall into. So when if you've been working your ass off trying to achieve those big things at work, guess what? Rest is going to be the bow that you wrap around that gift of all the things you've been doing, and it's going to help it all come together. Message 4, I'm getting that rest wants you to know it is a sign of your power. When you prioritize rest, you're telling the world, I'm in charge of me. You're not doing what everyone else is doing. You're trusting your truth. You're listening to your body. You're trusting what your body needs. And that is your next level strength. That's your superpower. That's what sets you apart. And it separates those who are strong and in tune with their needs from those who are just afraid of slowing down. I get it. We've all been fed the sleep when you're dead line, no rest for the weary. But how's that working out? If you're exhausted and you're running on autopilot, and honestly, that's not really being awake anyway. Rest is what makes you back up. It's what brings you back into the driver's seat of your life. So you're not just surviving, you're thriving. And here's a little secret. The people who get that and support that, those are your people. Trust that. If there's mamas out there who are burning themselves out, not allowing themselves to rest and judging the moms who are resting, those just might not be your people anymore. We want to be around an environment and around a community that sees everything that we need as a truth and as a strength. And anybody who tells you that what you need and what you crave and what you desire is a bad thing, they're not looking out for you. They're not really going to be at your right vibrational frequency. And to tell them, you're not meant for me and it's time for me to move on. And that's a lot of power. But I'll say that you feel a lot more confident and a lot more able to handle conflict when you've been rested. So mama, this is your permission to rest. And rest really wants you to know that it's actually here to help you. It's not here to distract you. It's not here to knock you off your path. In fact, rest is saying, look, the more you allow me to be there for you, the more certain and your footing will be on your own path. So it's not because rest isn't there because you've earned it, but because you need it and you deserve it. And guess what? It's going to make you a stronger, more focused, more powerful version of yourself. Doesn't that sound amazing? Is that something that you would want? Do you want to wake up and feel rested so you can tackle your day? Do you want the feeling of guilt to finally go away when you finally trust that what your body is asking for is the best for you? Because that's available to you. And rest wants you to know that if you're not sure where to start with rest. Build that into your day. And it doesn't even have to be a long time, but it's going to make you a much more higher vibration, more aligned, best version of yourself. And as over here, I'm cheering you on. And I want you to see that when you create space to hear what your body's asking for and to give your body what it's asking for, you are going to get an amazing return on your investment. And I see that as a massive sign of strength, not that rest is weakness. So this is your sign. If you're tired, if you're pushing through the exhaustion, it's time to hit pause. Your body's asking for it. Trust it. And you deserve it. I hope this message lands where it's meant to land for you, because here's the deal. You're the expert on what you need. And when you start listening to that inner voice, the one that says it's time to rest, that's when you truly unlock your full potential. So go ahead, take that nap, close the laptop, hop into bed right after you put your kids to bed, and rest. And while you're doing that, know that you're not just resting, you're regenerating, you're healing, you're preparing to be the badass that you were always meant to be. And rest is so excited because rest is like, look, I'm free. I'm available for you anytime. And I'm literally here to help you live and be the badass that you're meant to be. I love you, Mom. I don't want you to ever forget that you're here for a beautiful reason. You are significant just for being who you are right now in this moment. Even if you don't do one thing today, you just be. And rest isn't something that you have to earn by pushing yourself. It's a gift that you're allowed to give to your body when it's asking for it. And when you do, you're going to show up as the most powerful, accomplished, focused, energized, connected, present version of yourself than you've ever been. So start the day off. Take that to-do list. I want you to write in rest at some point of the day. And then I want you to send me a message and let me know you've rested, because I'm going to be doing that right here with you. You've got this, Mom. I'm here to help you. If you have any questions or need any guidance or want any extra support, you and I are on the same vibrational frequency. I get it. I'm here for you. I want the best for you. I'm here to help you trust yourself. And remember, the healthiest life you can live is the one where you know yourself and you know yourself in your truth and you honor that every single day. I love you.